Greetings, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to my new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast series. We have been overwhelmed with the responses that people have shared from listening to these messages on my SiriusXM show over the years. Those listeners, and they're sharing my show with their network, telling people about it, telling their family members, their friends, and their coworkers about this show and the impact it's having on their lives. That's the main reason that this show is now #1 for self-help in America, and I'm very grateful. Yet, we realize that many people do not have satellite radio and therefore could not experience for themselves the message. They could not get it for themselves. So we are now sharing these messages with everyone via this new podcast. Enjoy it and share it with your network. And let's help even more people to do more, be more, and achieve more. Tell everybody so that they can live a Wealthy Ways life as well. Welcome to the new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. And remember, your best is yet to come.
Standing 5 speakers in the world.
Inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame.
Award-winning singer.
Best-selling author.
And now, here's Willie Jolley.
Are you tired of crying and complaining? Tired of feeling like life don't treat you fair? Do you see so many others moving on while you're steady going nowhere? Have you maybe come to the conclusion that there's nothing at all that you can do? Well, just look in any mirror and you'll see who is really truly stopping you. My. It's up to every one of us to take charge of our life, to make it what we want. If you think that it takes too much time, forget, 'cause I'm telling you it don't. The fact is, it only takes a minute to make up your mind that now is your time to make your run. It only takes a minute, 60 seconds to begin to decide to win. Just get it on.
And we're up. Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be with you again. Happy New Year. I am excited about 2010. It's time to win in 2010. And I want to welcome you all to the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways radio show. We are excited that you're here. I want to thank all of you who have sent notes and emails and calls over the last few weeks who said, I've missed you. But right now, I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your notes. And thank you for your gratuities and graciousness. And I also want to say to everybody that, I take a moment at the beginning of every show to give God glory and just thank him for another day of life. Not just thank him for the radio and the television and the speaking and the books and the finances he's blessed me with, but I am grateful for life. Someone said, and I say it over and over every week, that God's gift to us is life. Our gift to God is what we do with our lives. And I'm grateful that I'm just able to live a life that is living my dream. And hopefully that I can help others and encourage and inspire other people to live life to the higher levels as well. Now, I've got a lot to do today. We've got a lot to catch up on. I've had a guest who I've been trying to get for about a year. And she's busier than a bee. She's one of the most working speakers in the country. Not only that, but she also is one of the top trainers and professionals, and then she's always busy. She's just everywhere. Every time I call her, she's in another city, she's in another place, and so to finally get her is just a joy and just an honor. So I've got my good friend. Let me tell you about her. She is a member of the National Speakers Association. I tap deep into the well of resources that I have with that National Speakers Association. I'm grateful for that. But she was the first female president of the National Speakers Association. She's a Speaker Hall of Famer. and she is one of the top sales presenters and presentation skills trainers in the country. Meeting and Convention magazine called her one of the country's 10 most electrifying speakers. Kiplinger's Personal Finance says her speaking school is the 6th best way you can invest in yourself. And they give the other 5. She is the author of 2 books, Make It Happen, and so you don't have to fake it, and Get What You Want. Co-author of Speaker's Edge, Speaking Secrets of the Masters, and Insights into Excellence. And she's a part of the faculty of World Champion Edge coaching community. She is my good friend from the city of San Francisco, my friend Patricia Fripp. Fripp, are you there?
I am absolutely here. Happy New Year and excited to talk to you.
I'm excited to have you as a guest, and I'm grateful for your taking time and just to be able to get you on, because you are a busy woman.
Well, fortunately, the world needs Fripp.
Isn't that the truth? The world needs Fripp. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, Patricia, it's so good to have you. And real quick, why don't you give us, we got about a few minutes in this segment, why don't you give us a background, a quick snapshot of your life, your background, your speaking, and the fact that you haven't always been a speaker. You were a successful entrepreneur before you became a speaker, but not in a career that most people expect speakers to come from. Please tell them about it.
Well, the snapshot, the typical American success story, except I'm British. Born in a small town in England, became a hairstylist at the age 15, came to America at 20 with $500, no contacts, checked in the YWCA in San Francisco, knew everyone in America was rich and the streets were paved with movie stars, got a job at the Mark Hopkins Hotel and met people from all over the world and all over the country and movie stars. Very exciting. And then in 1969, I became one of the first women to go into the men's hairstyling world when it was a new industry. Worked for Jay Sebring, who was a world-class hairstylist and did many of the movie stars' hair. Paul Newman, Joanne Woodward, Warren Beatty came to our opening salon party. And I started speaking to promote my hairstyling business through Rotary clubs and Kiwanis clubs, as well as speaking to hairstylists. And then when I turned up at my first National Speakers Association convention in 1977, I thought, no one's going to want to talk to me. I only talk to Rotary clubs and hairdressers. And 2 things happened. One, I realized, hey, this is something I might like to do as my next career. And I got discovered by Mike Frank, a big-time promoter, who booked me to speak to 2,000 people on the same program as Dr. Robert Schuller, the minister from Garden Grove. So as I said on 60 Minutes once, Willie, I used to work on the outside of people's heads, and I work on the inside of people's heads, so there's only half an inch difference. So that's the snapshot.
That's the snapshot, and what a snapshot, because you've gone on to become one of the top speakers as well as a very successful entrepreneur in the speaking business as you were in the hairstyling business, and you've created, helped not only others create wealth, but you've been able to do so. And, you know, we talk about wealth building here on this show, and we want to talk about it today, as well as if we begin this new year, and you're a great new year kind of speaker, because let me just ask you, as you look at the 2010, what's your viewpoint, your expectation, your perspective?
Well, my perspective of 2010 is, one, it will be as good as we make it. And as my brother Robert Fripp, who's a famous guitarist, he likes to close his presentations by saying, in strange and uncertain times such as those that we are living in, any reasonable person might despair. However, hope is unreasonable, and love is even greater than that. Let us trust the unexpressible benevolence of the creative spirit. Now, we can define the creative spirit however we wish, but this is a great time to revisit our goals, revisit our actions, because personally myself, I'm increasing and improving my marketing. This is a great time, Willie, when most people are picking up the phone, calling their friends to see if they're as badly off as we are. That's what people are doing. It's much better to focus your energy on positive activity.
No question.
To a certain extent, I think challenging times are good because it helps people realize, what are you really spending your money on? And as we define wealth, it isn't necessarily money. It's, are you doing, as we are both lucky to love what we do for a living, but are you rich? Are you wealthy? Are you prosperous with your choice of daily activities, friends, your job? And even if you find yourself in a job in a business that you don't like or is exceptionally challenged, I would encourage you to focus on what is the good thing about it. For example, every job can be a stepping stone. Every job, no matter how you think this might not be what I want, it might be beneath me, it is an education. It is teaching you about human nature. It is teaching you what you can do. And experience and education is what makes you prosperous.
That is absolutely true. And I think you hit something. There was a study done just this week came out that over 55% of the people in America do not like their jobs. And they're going to them. And you're absolutely right. Find something in your job you can learn to like, and then learn how you use your job as a springboard to really live your dreams. And you have been one who has taught people to do that in an exceptional manner. We're gonna come back. We got a lot more. I got Ms. Fripp's book in my hand right now. It's called Get What You Want. And let me tell you, Brian Tracy called it fast, effective ideas you can use immediately to get better results. Ken Blanchard says many Fortune 500 companies have benefited from Patricia's advice. We're going to talk about wealth building. We're going to talk about how to create wealth, how to live your dreams this year, and then some of the just what we call Frippisms in the speaking business. We could call them Frippisms. Some of the wonderful Frippisms that will be available. Folks, you're listening to XM 169. This is Willie Jolley. I'm back in the big chair, and I'm grateful. And listen, we got more to come, because you know for sure on XM 169, the power, the best is yet to come. Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and if you're enjoying this information you're hearing on this podcast, I want to invite you to get even more great information on my new free gift page on my website. Go to wjspeaks.com and hit the All Access badge. On that page, you will find information and resources specifically designed to help you to have greater success. Free ebooks, music, all sorts of interesting and informational interviews for my XM show. I'm telling you, this is a great page. And why do I do it? Because I've learned that the more we give, the more we get. And the more we help other people to grow and go to the next level, the more we receive in our business. So we want to help you. Tell your friends about it. Go to Facebook and get my information. Go to my website, get my free resources, and get on wjspeaks.com and hit that All Access badge. It looks like a backstage pass. Click it. You'll get behind the scenes information to the special page to help you grow. All we want in return, all we ask is that you pass it on, because the more you give, the more you get. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Have a great day.
Gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. Walk by faith. Talk by faith. Move by faith. And live by faith. You gotta have faith. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wake up one morning, didn't know what to do. Got so much pressure on me. I cried, oh Lord. Please help me open the word and just read.
Woo! Isn't that the truth? As you believe, you will receive. It's by your faith. Hey! Come on, everybody. We are in the chair. We are excited. Thank you for everybody in Alabama, everybody in California, everybody in Detroit, everybody, my friend Andre, in fact, in Detroit. I know you're listening, Andre. All my friends in Philadelphia and New Jersey, the folks in Colorado, all around the country, Alabama, Mississippi, and Arizona, people who are listening to this show and make it a part of their weekly routine. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am back. I'm excited. And for those in the Washington area, I want to thank you for making my new show on Channel 9, CBS television every morning such a big success. It is doing fantastic, and we just got McDonald's to be a year sponsor. They just jumped on it and wanted it, and I'm grateful for that. And then on WHUR, that show every morning on FM radio also has been picked up by McDonald's for a year. So 5:55 on WHUR right before Steve Harvey, you can hear my message, and 10 after 6 on Channel 9, you can hear my message, and you will be keep your eyes open because it's going to be soon coming into other markets. So keep your eyes open. This is a great time to be alive. I've got a new book coming out. I'm telling everybody to go to my website. There's a book called An Attitude of Excellence that's already there, but my new one that I'm really excited about is turning setbacks into greenbacks. Woo! How you like that, Daryl? My Big D, my producer, he got his thumbs up on that one. Look, it will be available in bookstores on February the 8th across America, but call or contact our website, pre-order, and get if you pre-order, you not only get a signed copy sent to you free. I'll take care of shipping, but we also will send you a download from one of the shows, one of the top and the best of these shows from XM. And so I think that would be something that we want to make sure. And let me tell you why we're doing that, because we want to get on the bestseller list, on New York Times bestseller list. And you got to do that. We got to do all in 1 week. So February the 8th is the week we're going to really focus. And so make sure that you get that book or pre-order and make February the 8th the drop dead time to get it. I've got one of my good friends. Her name is Patricia Fripp. Many people in America know her just as Fripp, and everybody in the Speakers Association knows her because she is the most dynamic speaker, trainer, personality. She comes to the convention. She always has these fabulous hats. My wife always talks so wonderfully about, my wife's a hat lady, and she talks about that Fripp has taken it to another level. And so, but she not only has the hats that deal with the outside of her head, but she has the information that deals with the inside. And it's incredible. One of the top speakers in the world, Patricia Fripp. Thank you, Fripp, for being with us.
Now, before we go on, let's talk about hats, Willie. Because
yes.
If you are going to build wealth,
yes,
people have to know you. And when I dress at the National Speakers Association, as when I go to events in San Francisco, I dress to be noticed. Now, I certainly am not going to turn up for corporate America to give a presentation in a hat, because you have to be appropriate. But Patricia Fripp's basic networking philosophy is, and this is a Frippicism,
all right,
there is no point going anywhere that people don't remember you were there. And you see, not only do I encourage people to take the initiative and go out and meet people, I teach them to take the initiative. You have to make it easy for people to come to you and initiate.
Yes.
And when you wear a hat and you walk into any place with a smile on your face, people who would never talk to anybody else have a tendency to say, oh, what a nice hat. Or, wow, my mother wears hats. Or, I wish I had the nerve to wear that hat. And then what I do is walk over and say, yes, and the best part is nice people like you talk to me. Hi, I'm Patricia Fripp. Who are you?
Wow, what a great networking, and it's really a marketing strategy, and it's fantastic.
I tell you something yesterday, Willie. This really true. My boyfriend and I had just had lunch, and we were going out to go to the movies. We were taking the afternoon off. And we're just driving down the street, and I say, look at that woman in that fabulous hat. We roll down the window and say, hey, love your hat. And she says, yes, and I'm Andrea. My hat shop is over there, and gave her card. And my friend said, oh, well, Patricia's a hat woman. She'll come see you. So you see, she was using the same technique, standing in the medium in the middle of the road, handing out cards.
That's a great idea, folks. I hope y'all got that. That's a pearl to create wealth in your life.
I'll give you another quick one while I think of it, because it would never have occurred to me. But from the hairstyling business,
yes.
Whenever I cut someone's hair, I would say, here are 3 business cards, 1 for you and 2 for the next 2 people who tell you how good you look. Because what do we all do, Willie? We all say, well, pass out my business cards. But you have to program people to do it. And then the next one they say, oh, I've still got mine, but I'll give 3 to the next people that tell me I look good.
Wow.
See, it's certainly, I spend a fortune in my website and search engine optimization, but let's not overlook the simple, inexpensive ways to build wealth. Because when I built my business as a successful men's hairstylist, this was long before anyone thought of the internet.
That's right.
So people get boggled down, well, I don't have $100,000 to spend in my marketing. Then get up, look good, wear a hat or wear something that would attract people to speak to you, and program who would be a great client for you. Most of your friends will be willing to help you if you tell them who is your ideal client.
And you would just talk to them. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Amazing. That's a brilliant. I had to write that one down. My daughter is a hairstylist. I think that's a brilliant idea. And let me talk about the website, because you've done phenomenal with the website. So what are some of your strategies, just basic strategies for marketing and creating more recognition, marketing your name among organizations and corporations and businesses who want to do more business with them, and they want to do business with you to create more wealth?
Okay, well, the simple idea, Willie, is my philosophy is your website is the best salesperson you could ever have. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never asks for a raise. It knows who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and what they say about what you do. Because people, Willie, are a lot more influenced, our prospects are more influenced what people say who are just like them than what we say about our product and service. So that's the first part. Secondly, my website works because I work hand in hand with my webmaster. I know what we are doing, why we are doing it. I don't do it. You don't have to do it yourself. In fact, if you're busy, I don't recommend you do. But you do have to understand that it's an important marketing tool, and you have to educate yourself on how, why, and where. That's the second. Third, and this is most important, your website, although it's going to talk about you, it needs to talk about you as much as possible from the point of view of the person who is looking for you. For example, on my website, I sell myself as a keynote speaker, my sales presentation skills, my executive speech coaching, my speaking schools, my products, and my service. And if you were to go, for example, with sales presentation skills training, it says, are you losing sales you expected to close? You can increase sales revenue when your sales professionals deliver more effective sales presentations. Once you or your sales professionals are in front of your prospects, Patricia Fripp's sales presentation scripting and delivering techniques make your sales presentations more memorable and repeatable. Why not read Patricia Fripp's special report, The 12 Mistakes Salespeople Make in Their Presentations? If your sales team is making them, Why not schedule a complimentary telephone appointment? Now, what we're doing, we are talking about their problem, not how good I am. People don't care about us, Willie.
Right.
They only care about themselves, and then once we help them solve their problem. So the first is you've got to have good copy that focuses on their need more than you. Secondly, the biggest and the easiest and the most cost-effective benefit to my business has been a couple of free special reports. The 12 mistakes salespeople make in their presentations is the essence of what I believe and what I teach.
Wow, now that's on your site. I want people to go there, but I'm going to come right back. We got a lot more to talk to Patricia Fripp on how. She's giving you pearls, folks. You're listening to XM 169, The Power. This is Willie Jolley, and the best is yet to come. Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and for years I've told people that in order to have a greater life, it starts by having greater individual days. If you have a great day and you repeat that great day 7 times, you've had a great week. And you repeat that week 4 times, you've had a greater month. And then repeat that month 12 times, you've had a greater year, and you're on your way to a greater life. And it starts with that individual day. I recommend you start each day with something powerful. I call it the pure, the powerful, and the positive. Rather than starting your day with bad news, how many people got killed or how many children got snatched or how many fires there were, I recommend you start your day with something to inspire and empower and encourage you to make this day a great day. We're excited to announce the start of Jolly TV on my Facebook page. Go to Willie Jolley, Willie.Jolley on Facebook. Just go to Willie.Jolley on Facebook and get ready for a great day and a great life. Have a great day on purpose.
What you desire. As far as you wanna go. Put your heart in it. The power is yours, and it's time to let it show.
It's time to let it show. The sky is the limit, particularly in 2010. It's time to win in 2010. That's the theme. It's time to win in 2010. It's time to turn your setbacks into greenbacks. My new book will be out February the 8th. I want everybody to either pre-order it on my website or get it on February the 8th at your local bookstore, wherever you are in the country. We want to get that book on the bestsellers list, so I want you to tell everybody you know about the book, Turning Setbacks into greenbacks. And so I want you to make that happen because we want to make sure people are taking it to the limit and making the sky the limit. That music you were listening to, for those who are new to the show, is from my Money Making Music and Motivational Music CD and Minute CD. And you can get that or the music in a download right at my website. And you can get it a sample absolutely free on the website. And then you can buy it and download it on to your iPod or whatever you've got, and you'll enjoy it. Now, that said, I want to talk about websites, because I want to direct people to Patricia Fripp's website because it's fabulous. It's just a fabulous website. Her thinking is just incredible, and the way you can get to see her thinking in that. The way she does it is just something that we as speakers, we use her as a model. We know that, okay, how we're doing our websites, we've got to upgrade our websites. Where should we look for a good model from which to draw ideas? Go to Fripp. That's where you go. Go right to Fripp. Fripp, tell them where they can check you out, learn more about you, your website, your books, all the above, please.
All right. www.fripp, FRIPP.com. Think of it this way, Willie.
Yeah.
Frequently reinforce ideas that are productive and profitable. That's my name.
I love.
I knew you'd love that. I knew you'd love that.
Frequently
Reinforce ideas that are productive and profitable. Does that fit right into your philosophy of your radio show?
That is exactly right.
And I knew you'd like that. Well, that's my website, fripp.com. Now, on the homepage, it directs you. There are a couple of things. Because, one, let me show you what you can get for free that will help you. We certainly have things to sell you, but we have a lot free. And you will also see, because we have paid the best search engine optimization and web copywriters and things like this to help us with it. So it's one, how you lay it out and promote. But on the very home page, you can download for free the 10 traps, the 10 biggest traps, how to go from dull to dynamic when you speak, and the 12 biggest mistakes salespeople make in their presentations. Then if you also look down the left navigation, it'll say Fripp articles. And there are hundreds, and I mean hundreds of free articles. Help yourself. They're on speaking, they're on marketing, they're on customer service, teamwork, anything you want. And then we have a blog, and there are a lot of free articles on the blog. In that we update on every couple of days. On the home page, you can even see video e-brochure. You can see me in action giving segments of speeches. Now, of course, also on the home page, we always list our upcoming events, because you need to draw attention to what you want people to know about that's immediate. The end of the month, I'm doing a structure and stories champ camp, a speech coaching camp in Las Vegas, and then a 2-day speaking school in San Francisco in March. But you look down the page, there are all the events listed and different services. But the secret is, Willie, your website has to be content rich. And I'm frequently asked, Patricia, why do you give away so much information? People, and my philosophy is, if people don't like what you give them for free, they won't come back and buy anything.
That's right.
And if somebody knows you are always adding something new to your website, they will come back. And of course, then for the people who want to buy, now this is it. The first question I ask people when they call me, or when I call them after an email response, is, were you referred, or am I the end of a Google search?
Mm-hmm.
And as long as I've been around, Willie, I've been paid to speak full time since 1984, first 1977. As many clients and friends and referrers that I have, 90% say you're the end of a Google search.
Wow.
So I might ask, what were you Googling? And very often they say, well, sales presentation skills. And I say, why were you Googling sales presentation skills? Because this is the point. Willie, they're not looking for me. They're looking to solve a problem. So the sooner, and this is a prosperity building questioning, forget about you. As soon as you're talking to someone on the phone, find out where their problem was.
That
so
is.
I say, well, why were you Googling? Well, we just lost a sale we expected to make. I said, oh, how big a sale? $200,000. Ooh, that must have hurt. Now, is that a big sale or a little sale or an average sale? Now, how many salespeople do you have in your company who give presentations? So what you're doing is, and I said, well, you got 10 people and they give 3 presentations a month. Well, how long does it take you to be in a position to give a sales presentation? Oh, 6 months. And I'll have them work out, well, I bet you keep closing statistics. Oh, so you closed 3 out of 10. That's pretty good. Well, what if you closed 6 out of 10? What would that be worth? And you see, this is the second part, and I learned this from our friend Alan Weiss, who knows how to question and talk to clients better than anyone. You have your client to work out what is it costing them What is their problem costing them? So when people say, well, Patricia, this training sounds really good, how much would it cost? I said, and I can honestly say, Willie, with a straight face, well, based on the sales that you're losing, my fee is inconsequential. I think that's the wrong question. We should really be thinking more about, do you want to start with a pilot program, or do you want to roll it out nationwide immediately?
So you get to the problem where you sell the aspirin, but you got to have a headache before you give them the aspirin.
Well, yeah, but what you have to do, the secret is, first of all, before I sell them the aspirin, what I do is I have to make their headache worse.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. Explain that to people, because
expensive is your headache.
Explain that to people, because we kind of talking speaker jargon now, but I think you can explain it wonderfully, because folks, this is a major sales philosophy issue. And everybody this year, if you're going to increase your income, you must improve your selling ability. Yes. And Patricia Fripp is one of the best. I don't care what you do. No matter what you do, you must be able to sell yourself, your ideas, your thoughts, your services, your products better. And one of the keys to selling better is that people buy not always what they want, but more importantly, what they need. And the more pain they have, they'll pay more for. Case in point, you go to the doctor. The doctor said, where's it hurt? You say, my thumb. He presses that plate right here. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. It hurts right there. Okay, fine. Very good. I know what it is. Here's a prescription and here's my bill. You don't negotiate with the doctor. You don't question the doctor. You pay the money. The same is true for an effective salesperson. Am I right, Patricia?
Well, yes. And the secret. So one, we have them to focus on. Now, it's easy if it's a high price sale, but many of our listeners, probably their products and services aren't nearly as expensive. But it doesn't matter what the price of your cost or your service. If you want to get what you want, if you want to be prosperous, remember this simple human nature philosophy. We mentioned it before. People don't care about you. So, for example, what most salespeople do, and this is a big portion of my market, Willie, is helping salespeople and executives more effectively tell their story or give a presentation. So what most salespeople do is follow this same formula. When they come, they built relationships, they're coming to give a formal presentation.
Right.
They'll say, thank you for your time. I say, you never thank people for their time, because your time is just as valuable. You thank, and this is important, if your listeners need to write this down, you say, thank you for the opportunity to discuss how the ABC company software may be the best solution for you. Or thank you for the opportunity to discuss how such and such insurance might be what you've been looking for. Thank you for the opportunity to discuss whether you should invest in the Patricia Fripp Sales Presentation Skills Training. So you thank them for the opportunity. You don't thank them for time.
Fripp, you hold that, because we're going to come right back. This is such good stuff. Folks, hold on. I got another segment with my friend Patricia Fripp. The best is yet to come. Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and people often ask, how did I go from a broke, busted nightclub singer to become a best-selling author and to be voted one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world by the 175,000 members of Toastmasters International? The answer is that I decided to invest and change my thinking, invest in my mindset, and decided to change my inputs, because inputs determine outputs. I heard about a seminar years ago when I was just getting started. I was making about $100 a speech. And I heard this seminar that was creating millionaires, and it cost $10,000, but the guy was getting results. I didn't have that kind of money, but I decided to borrow it, because I learned that there's a price for success, the price of college, the price of going to school, the price of education. And there's a price for success, and then there's a cost for not paying the price. the cost of staying the same. And that cost is greater than the price. It's too expensive. And so I went, and it changed my life. And I came back and quickly made $100,000. I heard a similar story from Dr. Dave Martin, how he went to a success rally, heard a speaker who inspired him. He and his friends said, wow, that's changed my life. The speaker had a package of materials to help build wealth. The package cost $1,500. And that was all the money Dr. Dave had to his name. Dr. Dave's friend asked, do you think this stuff is worth it? Dr. Dave thought for a moment. He said, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But I do know that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. He invested that money in that package and used the materials to grow his thinking. He grew his mindset. He shared how that $1,500 investment has gone on to generate millions in revenues. He's a multimillionaire. And he has homes now in Arizona and Florida. I want to say to you, it's time to invest in you. I want to give you some materials that will help you, grow your mindset, grow your future, grow your finances. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire. wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get some materials that will inspire your success and will help you find that there's a price for success, but there's a cost for not paying the price. And the cost is always greater than the price. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire and get the bag, the box, or any of the materials there and keep growing your wealth. And remember, as a man thinketh, so as he is, and your best is yet to come.
If you believe.
And we're in. I'm jumping right back in. Now, that music, if you believe, you can get it on my website, hear it later on my website. But this stuff we're hearing from Patricia Fripp is so rich. I don't want to waste one of these seconds on this last segment of the show. I am taking notes, and I know my producer is loving it. He always says the good ones, like Patricia Fripp, go so quickly. And before you know it, the show is over. So, folks, I'm going to jump right back in with my friend Patricia Fripp, one of the top speakers in the world, sales trainers, and wealth-building experts. Patricia, tell us a little more about this sale process and how people can improve their wealth by selling.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is tell you, if you were one of my speech coaching clients, I would have reached over and slapped your hand twice.
Uh-oh.
And I'll tell you why, Willie.
Yes.
Because how we speak and how we communicate about our value it definitely relates to our prosperity.
Okay.
Because what you have said, I let it go the first time, because one does not chastise the host of the radio show, except we're such good friends, and I think your listeners have come to know your wonderful personality as they listen to you.
Yes.
But you just said before we went off, this is wonderful stuff. No, you have to use specific language. This is how you build wealth, by using specific language.
Okay.
So what they are getting is money-making ideas. They're getting brilliant strategies. They're benefiting from 30 years of studying. That's what they're getting. They're not getting what I call the debris word, which is STUFS.
We got to stop saying stuff and start talking about strategies and brilliance. I love it. I love it. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. See, folks, I'm teachable. I'm teachable.
Yes, you have to talk about your products and services in specific, valuable-sounding language, because people will never pay you for rubbish or debris, which is what that word represents. So, one, thank you for the opportunity. Then say something genuinely nice about the prospect or their company. Congratulations, your stock price is up. When most of your competitors is going down, you are doing something right. Or, congratulations, your corporate brochures are the best written that I've read in years. Or, congratulations, your advertising campaign is fabulous. Say something specific. Then you say, Then we're going to talk about, so you say something genuinely nice, and then whether it's thank you for the opportunity to discuss, but you need to focus on their challenges. Something like, you have an awesome responsibility, or your board of directors has challenged you to, or your sales manager has challenged you to keep up the same number of sales as 3 years ago when the market was better. In the next 30 minutes, you will hear 3 specific ways that our company, our philosophy, whatever it is, can help you attain those goals. So what you're doing is focusing your solution to their needs. It's what I call you have a high, you work on your I-U ratio, so it's higher you than it is I. Even speakers, if they say, I am going to talk about, I say, no, turn it around. In the next 45 minutes, you will hear, you will learn. Always make it about the listener. It'll transform your communication.
Make it about the listener. It'll make the communication work. You're absolutely right.
And then another technique to be prosperous, coming from your sales presentations, is, and this is something speakers do all the time, Willie, is tell good stories.
That's right.
But in a sales presentation, you tell stories about your satisfied clients. So you might say, if you were to talk to Mary Smith, the national sales manager of the ABC company, she would tell you, when we first called Patricia, we were frantic because we only hire experienced sales presenters. And we naturally, anyway, so you see, you use stories, and the problem that your prospect has, you put in the words of your satisfied clients what they would say about your product and service. And if you look at your website, if you look at your letters of satisfaction, if you look at your marketing materials, you've already got those stories there. Now, you might want to call your satisfied clients, say, this would absolutely, Willie, be a prosperity building technique. This is what I teach in my seminars and workshops. You take a list of 5, 10, 15 of your most satisfied clients. The people that if you and I were talking to a prospect and they would say, well, this sounds good, I need a reference. Who would you give as a reference? And you need to call them up and say, hey, Mary, John, Fred, Dan, Willie, I never get tired of telling the story about how thrilled you were with your new copier, or how thrilled you were with the computer consulting we did. Whatever your product or service is, would you mind telling me in your words, why did you call us? What was your problem? How happy were you with the process? How happy are you with your new machine or training or whatever it is? Get them to talk. And then you say, would it be okay if I use this as an example in my sales conversations and presentations? Because other people who are happy with us will use much more colorful language than we probably will about our own products and services. And this is another thing that's really, really important.
I think it's critical. And now in the time of flip cams, you should be capturing that stuff.
Yes.
All right. With a,
restate it.
Oh, I'm
capturing these comments.
I got to work on that. Y'all got to help
your
me.
Hand, Willie.
I slap it myself. I'm slapping. Capture that critical information.
Yes.
There you go. Now I want to jump because we only got a few minutes, and these good ones, these good interviews always go so quickly. I want Patricia to tell us about some wealth building ideas that people can use this year, 2010, to make this the best year at.
All right. Your wealth building ideas are, one, as we mentioned, call your prospects and satisfied customers. Don't call to commiserate with your friends.
Right.
Activity begets activity. 2, dress up and look good and smile when you're walking down the street. 3, use affirming language. In other words, if somebody says, how's business, you say, it is amazing. You don't have to tell them it's amazingly bad. It's just amazing. People, your marketing efforts have to be ongoing, consistent, and relentless. You start, you don't stop. It's a combination of high-tech, low-tech, and no-tech. As simple as business cards, keeping in touch with people. This is a wealth-building philosophy. It is not your clients' or prospects' job to remember you. It is your obligation and responsibility to make sure they don't have the chance to forget you.
I like that high tech, low tech, and no tech.
For example, walking out, looking good in a hat and smiling at people and letting them say hi, wow, is low tech.
Right.
Then do not overlook collaboration. With Alan Weiss, we do a seminar once a year for speakers and consultants called The Odd Couple. And this is what we do because we're combining our communities. We both have followings to market to with World Champions Edge. These are 4 international Toastmaster winners, and we have really a low-cost, high-caliber coaching community where people can get advice and hear from more experienced speakers. It's $29.95 a month. So it's certainly low-end, but we are combining our communities. We're all feeding it. So don't overlook collaboration with some of your friends. How can you do group marketing, group promotion? Now, that's also true in a shopping center. Cleaning and shoe repair stores, and just getting to know your neighbors. What do they do? Be friendly. People recommend and people do business with people they know and they like.
That's right. Exactly right. We got 1 minute left. Patricia Fripp, any closing thoughts and ideas that we can send people out on their way to make this the best year ever?
This year will be very much what you make it. And remember, frequently reinforce ideas that are productive and profitable.
Patricia Fripp, no one can do it like you do. That song, nobody does it better. That's the perfect song for you. Fripp.com. Everybody go to Fripp.com. Get her books, get her audios or videos, get her free reports. This woman will change your life. Patricia, thank you for being a guest on the Willie Jolley Show. And we will look forward. We're going to have to find a time to have you back because this just went far too quickly.
Would love to come back. Happy New Year. Thanks, Willie.
Happy New Year to you. Folks, I bring the best and the brightest, and she gave us some good, not stuff, but some good ideas and strategies to make your life better. It's rich information and content rich that will change your life. I've been impacted. My family's been impacted. And now you've been impacted by the one and only Patricia Fripp. Stay tuned. We've got lots more to come. We're on today, and you can, of course, hear it on Sunday mornings. If you're checking it out on Saturday, Sunday mornings early, it will be replayed. And we want you to stay tuned because you know for sure the best is yet to come.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.